Hello and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
Imagine Israeli national elections were held today. Do you know who you would vote for? Well, a new survey shows that for the first time in nearly 9 years, the next prime minister might not be Benjamin Netanyahu. According to the latest poll by Israel's Channel 2 network, the Yesh Atid party is running neck and neck with the premier's Likud faction. Right now, each would receive 25 seats in the Knesset if Israelis headed for the voting booths today. If Yesh Atid managed to pull ahead, it could mean monumental changes for the country. First of all, Yesh Atid is considered to be centrist and not right-wing like the government we currently have. It would also end Netanyahu's run as the longest-serving prime minister in Israeli history if he completes his current term in office. By the way, at the moment, the third largest party is the Joint Arab List with 13 seats, followed by the Nationalist Jewish Home Party with 11. The biggest drop in support is being seen by the Zionist Union, which would fall from its current status as head of the opposition, the second largest Knesset faction, to 5th place, reflecting a drop from 24 to just 10 seats in the Knesset. Good news for health-conscious eaters. The Ministry of Health is recommending that food manufacturers be required to mark food products containing high levels of sugar, salt, or fat with a warning label in red to make the warning clear. Food manufacturers will also be obliged to state the number of spoons of sugar in each food product, and will be prohibited from advertising products marked as unhealthy to children. The recommendations will be implemented in 3 stages, with increasingly stringent regulations concerning the level of ingredients requiring label at each stage. The first stage will start in January 2018, the second stage 18 months later in July 2019, while the last stage will come into effect in December 2020. Health ministry officials say that the junk food habit is costing Israel 6 billion shekels annually, 2 billion shekels for medical care, and 4 billion in indirect costs such as losing the ability to work due to chronic disease and disability. The bodies of 4 Palestinian workers were recovered on Sunday from a collapsed tunnel on the border between the Gaza Strip and Egypt. The workers had gone missing when the cross-border tunnel collapsed a week ago. Al-Aqsa Radio, run by Gaza's Hamas rulers, reported that the tunnel caved in after the Egyptian military flooded it with water. The report did not say if the men belonged to Hamas, which rules the Gaza Strip, or to one of the numerous other armed factions that operate there. There was no comment from the Egyptian army. Since the 2013 military coup against President Mohamed Morsi, Egyptian authorities have cracked down on the tunnels along the border with the Palestinian territory. The Egyptian army said on Saturday that its forces had destroyed 7 cross-border tunnels on the Gazan border last month. Wasting food has always been a problem for Western societies. In Israel, your average Israeli family throws away thousands of shekels a year in food that is still edible. According to Leket Israel, a non-profit organization that works to rescue and redistribute surplus food, there are 2.5 million tons of food wasted every year in the Jewish state, accounting for 35% of domestic food production. According to The Natural Step, 43% of Israel's food waste comes from households, throwing away about 4,200 shekels a year in food that hasn't spoiled. Unilever Food Solutions found that about 115,000 metric tons of food is wasted every year at Israel's 9,400 food establishments, totaling about 1.4 billion shekels worth of squandered food. To stop the waste, these Israeli organizations are working to educate individuals as well as restaurants on how to turn that problem around.
That's all for now. Stay tuned for ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you tomorrow with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.